and welcome to ARCORE Germany to a new different review. And today we have here the first time a brandy from Vecchia Romagna Eticchetta Nera, and I really hope you enjoy this review. The history of Vecchia Romagna starts not in Italy, so we're here in France, in the 18th century. At this time it was the family from the later founder Jean Button who supplied Napoleon I with their brandy, and after the fall of the regime, Jean Button decided to emigrate to Italy, and he discovered Italy, he fell in love with this country and also of course with their wonderful wines. And so in 1820 he decided to found the first liquor factory in Bologna. 10 years later he founded as well another distillery, the first steam distillery, and because he had this distillery he could also produce his cognac, and the first cognac, the company by the way was called Distilerie G, Buton C, and the cognac was then called Cognac Buton, and this cognac became very famous, very fast famous worldwide, and in 1939 they decided to change the name to Vecchia Romagna Buton Brandy and also printed the Bacchus, the Greek god of wine, on the label, and also they decided to use other bottlings. They used a triangular bottle, and yes, I will also show you here a picture of one of these bottles, and this is very, has a very high recognition value, this triangular bottle. And in 1943 a bombing raid damaged large parts of the distillery, so there was only the wine cellar left, and in 1999 the company got part to the Montenegro group, and by the way they have 5 different brandies in their range. The most expensive one is the brandy for the 200th anniversary, which was priced for around 4,000 euro. These were all the information to Vecchia Romagna, to the history, and now we start with the review. And of course we want to have the short look to the bottle, how it looks like, and I just mentioned this high recognition value because of this triangle bottle design and with the Bacchus here on the label. And yes, so they, by the way, use a double distillation for their brandy and mature the brandy first in barrique and then in oak cask. And they say it's the most famous brandy in Italy. And yeah, so we have the Eticchetta Nera today from Vecchia Romagna. They say it's 3 years old, original bottling from Italy. Trebbiano is the grape variety which they use. By the way, same grape like the Uni Blanc grape. 38% is the ABV, 70% is the bottle size, and the bottle price is around 15 euro. So now we have all the information together of this brandy, and now we start with the tasting. So, and we also want to have the short look to the bottle because now we have it here in the original size, and yes, I think it's an outstanding design, special design. I mean, you have here with the Bacchus, yes, this high recognition, and with this triangle style here. I mean, just when I poured the brandy in the glass, it was actually even a little bit difficult because yes, I don't know how to hold this bottle best. So I was struggling actually a little bit with that, and that it doesn't goes out of my fingers. And yeah, but of course, definitely a high recognition value. And then we want now first have a look to the color. So I don't know if the brandy is colored. I think so, because you will see now we have here an amber color and a quite a dark color for 3 years of maturation. So I'm pretty sure that they used some caramel, but not guaranteed here at this part. And then we want to have a look to the nose flavors first. Yes, and by the way, I'm a big fan if I have a spirit that, for me personal, a spirit needs to have 40% ABV, so we have a 38. And yes, you really have to look for the flavors here on the nose. So yeah, there is a little bit some sweetness, some spiciness, some subtle spicy notes here. So a little bit of some vanilla, some dried pineapple maybe, some pine seeds. But yeah, you have definitely to search for these flavors because they are not really present, they are more here all in the background. And yeah, so I miss here a little bit intensity to have here better transportation of the flavors. Okay, let's try it. Salud. Yeah. So also here on the palate, yes, with the 38%, it's a very smooth, oily palate even. You have some sweetness, again, maybe a little bit of some vanilla. And what I found here on the palate, even here it's quite difficult to find any flavors, aromas, were some pears, but also here, too less intensity for me, too less complexity. And actually, copy-paste here the finish. We have here some caramel, some cinnamon. If you like, a little bit of some milk chocolate with some roasted almonds inside, but that's it. And also here, not a lot of intensity, not a big complexity. Quite short finish. Yeah. Yes. So I had, when I made the reviews to the cheap German brandy, also to the cheap brandies, some brandies which had an ABV as well of I think 38 or even maybe 36%, I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, so for me, I need 40% to get the transportation of the flavors, to get the intensity. You need that, in my opinion, for a spirit. It's a must-have. And because for me the 40% are the basic, yeah, to get here a good spirit, even if we talk here about only 15 euro. But if you have a look to Spanish brandy, there are also some Spanish brandy quite cheap, but for me personal, better taste, more intensity, more complexity. So have a look to the Spanish brandies, which I made a review already. Have a look to the playlist. You will find here some Spanish brandy for, I think, quite the same price and better, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, I had also some worse brandy, but yeah, nothing spectacular here, definitely not. And of course, you have not a lot of complexity, you have not a lot of intensity. You might, yeah, you have a little bit of some nice sweet flavors, but yes, somehow I miss something here in this brandy, and so it's just average brandy for me. And when we have a look to the points here, so 19 points for the nose, 20 points for the taste, for the finish, and also for the overall impression, because taste, finish were for me on the same level, a little bit better maybe than the nose, because there was definitely too less for me here in the nose. And so in the overall impression, yeah, I think have a look if you want to purchase yourself one of a bottle in this price category. Have a look also to the Spanish brandy. I think maybe this is something maybe you prefer more, or well, not what you prefer more, but where you, in my opinion, get a little bit more for your money. Yeah, have a look. Yeah, and so we have in total 79 points for this Vecchia Romagna Etichetta Nera. And of course, now I'm very interested to know if you have had a chance to try a brandy from Vecchia Romagna, maybe the Etichetta Nera or another brandy. So there is of course the standard Vecchia Romagna, and then they have also some, I mentioned already, higher priced brandy. If you tasted here something, if you can recommend me here something, would be very, of course, interested to know what you think about Vecchia Romagna. And yeah, so we are at the end of the review. I really hope you like it. If you do so, leave a thumb up and subscribe my channel. And of course, I also hoped it helped you maybe in your decision. Think about purchasing one of these bottles. Have a great time. See you next time here at ARCORE. Ciao.